Good morning. So I'm going to go through the Bayou a little bit and kind of show you the setup and how long it takes. I'm going to go out for a little cardio session out here. I'll show you later where I'm at exactly. So this is as it sits, nothing's set up yet. First what I do is I put the battery in. Battery's pretty hefty, pretty good weight. And then I use the key that's provided with the setup to go ahead and lock it in. That locks the rear. Sometimes I like to leave this disengaged, make sure that's in, and then go ahead and lock those. Alright, so that's your battery. Then what I'll do next is engage the motor. This is my little bolt kit with the silicone to put on the electrical connector to keep, helps keep water out. And then you go ahead, take my plug off. And what I usually do, we'll see, it looks like there's enough silicone on here from my last run. You put silicone on these little rubber grommets and that keeps water from seeping into your connection, into your battery. Go ahead and lay that in there like so. I use these two short ones for the motor connection. Just kind of show you how hard it is to set up. It's really pretty quick and easy. I always get that nice and tight because you don't want any sort of issue when you're out and about. So bolt, bolt. Next, I will take off. This is like a temporary, just a cover to protect where the actual flight foil goes. So after a gym session, this will be my cardio for the day. And it's not hard cardio, but you still get a good leg workout. So for this one, you put in the longer bolts. All right, that's on. Go ahead and put that down there. Then we have this little foil that goes up here. We'll use the short bolts for that. All the same size, so you don't have to worry about changing tools. Get it nice and tight. I don't want any looseness, anything falling out while I'm out. Alright, so that is essentially the setup. Now, all it requires is a power on, grab the remote, and put on my life jacket and wetsuit, and off you go. I will spare you that. I will bring the camera and I'll do a little bit of filming. I plan to cruise out the bay and maybe stop off. We'll see how the conditions are. It's a little bit windy, but it's doable. And stop off at Graffiti Park maybe. Alright, see you in a bit. So this is where I'm going to be dropping in. A little bit windy, but not too bad. It'll be smooth enough to cruise around. At least smoother than out in the open coastal waterway. But yeah, this is going to be a nice little drop in. I got to be careful of sandbars and any debris in the water, of course. But I'm going to suit up and we're ready to go. Alright, we're in the water, suited and booted, as they say. I gotta make sure I don't lose my glasses, so that's incentive to not fall in the water. So we'll see how long I last. I've lost probably 3 sets of glasses now, and I've tried the geek strap to keep them on. I've tried all kinds of things. I just try not to lose them. I wore a pair last go around and I didn't lose them, and I fell a couple times. So as long as the fall's not extreme, I should be okay. All right, so we are powered up. Don't run away on me. I'm not gonna video the whole ride. I'll do a sporadic, and maybe if I make it over to Graffiti Bridge, I'll do a little shoot of coming into the ramp there. Maybe go up and see what's posted on the old Graffiti Bridge. All right, ready? Let's get cracking. I forgot I had it on 23. I'm gonna go probably on level 16, 17. Start smooth. Alright, we're cruising. As you can see here, I just start slow to make sure that I don't bail early. I don't like going too fast when you just start up. It's like a warm-up process. The board does fairly well being submerged and being able to be under power at the same time when you're first getting up on it, when you're becoming acclimated, because every time you hop on something that requires balance, it's just a little bit of a warm-up process. As you can see on the water here, it's just beautiful, calm, a little bit overcast, but not, extravagant. Wasn't getting sunburnt, which is always wear your sunscreen. As you can see here, transitioning under this overpass that leads to and from Pensacola. Once I get under the underpass here, it kind of turns into a snaky, kind of a river. Still nice and very calm. One of my favorite rides, this one actually. These are perfect conditions for foiling. Nice and smooth. As you can see here, I haven't even fallen in once. My hair's still dry, just cruising along. That's always a good day when you can stay up most of the time. Not too sunny today, probably got a little cover, but it keeps the blaring sun off, so it's actually nice. Gonna be a better day. If you look up here, here's the beginning of the graffiti bridge. There's the gazebo. It's got a bunch of graffiti on it, of course. There's the train track bridge. Bridge right over there. It's kind of a neat perspective seeing the bridge from this angle. I've never been out on this bayou, so actually being able to see the surrounding area from the water is unique. A 3-mile bridge over there. I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to stay in here where it's a little bit smoother. But like I mentioned, I'm going to go up and actually you can see Graffiti Bridge right there. Doesn't look like there's anything special on it today. This is going back toward Graffiti Bridge. You can see it up there slightly to the left, that orange little block. And then of course the rail bridge going back across. I didn't go ahead and go up there and check it out. I don't want to get in too close here. You always have to be careful when you're on a foil, either to stay shallow when you get in close, or just make sure you know the area and the depth so you don't damage any of your gear. Alright, head back up the bayou. Performing good up here. Nice and smooth. A good ride. I did fall in one time. As you can tell, my hair's all wet by this point. The nice thing is when you do bail on a foil, you don't get hurt. I call them happy mistakes when you fall in the water, because you cool off and you get to enjoy the water a little bit. Just kind of showing the motor assembly a little bit, the mast, and then up to the board. Alright, that's it. I'm down to 17%. Had a good ride on the bayou. Till next time.